Good day, students. My name is Roxette Barba, and we are going to discuss with you the compliance checklist together with my groupmates, Adino Danica, Anib Aryan, and Del Rosario Francine Joy. And this video will be edited by Sinday Raylay Troy. So first and foremost, what is compliance checklist? Compliance checklist is a tool that helps ensure an organizations follow all relevant laws, regulations, policies, and procedures. It's a structured way to verify adherence and mitigation risk. If we have an establishment, we should apply the following compliance checklist to prevent accidents. So the first category or area is kitchen ventilation. The legal or standard basis is Philippine Mechanical Engineering Code. The compliance requirement is to install and maintain adequate ventilation system to remove smoke, grease, and odors from the kitchen, while the status or remarks is not compliant. So, the kitchen ventilation is included because it ensuring proper airflow to remove fumes and prevents hazards. And this compliance checklist relates to my major because it directly impacts food quality and safety by maintaining air quality and preventing contamination. And also, this compliance checklist ensures legal compliance and safety excellence by meeting health codes and preventing airborne contaminants, ensuring a safe and legal kitchen environment. The second category or area is chemical handling and storage. And the legal or standard basis is RA 6969, or also known as Toxic Substances and Hazardous and Nuclear Waste Control Act. And the compliance requirement is to ensure proper labeling, storage, and disposal of chemicals, while the status or remarks is needs improvement. The chemical handling and storage is included because following safety protocols for using the storing chemicals is to avoid accidents. And this compliance checklist relates to my major because it ensures safe food preparation environment by preventing chemical contamination, and also this compliance checklist ensures legal compliance and safety excellence by adhering to regulations and preventing accidents, promoting both legal compliance and safety. And the third category or area is electrical safety. And the legal or standard basis is Philippine Electrical Code. The compliance and requirement is to conduct regular inspection of electrical equipment and wiring, while the status or remarks is not compliant. The electrical safety is included because using electrical equipment correctly and safety is to prevent shocks and fires. And this compliance checklist relates to my major because it protects staff and customers from hazards. It's also ensuring smooth kitchen's operation. And also, this compliance checklist ensures legal compliance and safety excellence by following safety standards to prevent fires and injuries. It also ensuring legal and safety requirements are met.
The next category we have here is the personal protective equipment or PPE. The legal or standard basis is the DOLE DO 19818 Rule 1080. The compliance requirement is to provide PPE such as safety glasses, dust masks, aprons, and cut-resistant gloves. Why this item is included? This is highly important to perform duties without causing harm to oneself and others. How do this relate to our major? As a food and service management student, we must use appropriate PPE to avoid cross-contamination and ensure the food we serve is clean. Wearing PPE during food preparation will minimize the risk of foodborne illnesses. How do this ensure both legal compliance and safety excellence? The DOLE DO 19818 Rule 1080 mandates that the companies have to provide PPE to their employees for safety purposes. Without appropriate PPE, workers can suffer from multiple injuries and deliver bad service to customers, which can have a huge impact on the company's reputation and expenses. The next category we have here is the fire safety and emergency preparedness. Legal or standard basis is the ISO 45001-2018 Clause 8.2. The compliance requirement is install fire extinguishers, smoke detectors, first aid kits, and maintain clear emergency exits. Why this item is included? Any establishment that uses flammable objects in its workplace must have knowledge of fire safety and emergency preparedness in case of fire and other accidents. How is this related to our major? This is highly related to FSM because we use stove and gas to prepare meals. Therefore, students must be highly knowledgeable when it comes to fire hazards and first aid. How do these ensure both legal compliance and safety excellence? ISO 45001-2018 Clause 8.2 ensures that establishments have preventive measures in case of a fire. Fire extinguishers, smoke detectors, first aid kits, and emergency exits must be present in every business establishment to protect everyone from fire hazards and other worse injuries. The next category or area is reporting and documentation. Legal or standard basis is the RA 11058 Section 13. Compliance requirement is maintain accident logbooks and incident reports for machine injuries or chemical exposure. Why is this item included? This is important to monitor accidents in the workplace and take preventive measures. How do this relate to our major? This law is highly related to FSM because machines are very much needed in the industry. We must keep track of the faulty machines and equipment we have, and we also need proper maintenance every now and then. How do this ensure both legal compliance and safety excellence? RA 11058 Section 13 tells us that companies must have incident reports for machine injuries or chemical exposure to protect employees from potential accidents. Failure to comply may result in lawsuits, loss of manpower, and dissatisfaction among employees.
Workplace safety training. OJT student must receive necessary safety training on workplace hazard as required by the Philippine OSH standard to ensure that they are aware of risk and how to mitigate them, along with training date and confirm compliance with legal mandates and promote a safe working environment. So why those items were included? Because it equipped the student to knowledge and skill to identify and avoid and report workplace hazard to reduce accident and injuries. And how they relate to your major as a FSM student, it complying with health and safety regulation and implementing food safety management system. And last, how they ensure both legal compliance and safety excellence, adhering to OSH or OSHA standard via effective training ensure legal compliance at introducing a risk, promotes a safety culture, and improves productivity. Hazard reporting. This section ensures that OJT student must know how to report workplace hazard and incident as required by Philippine OSH standard and company policy. It confirms their awareness of the reporting procedure. So, why these items were included? It helps to identify and address potential dangers, preventing accident, injuries, and potential food contamination. And how they relate to your major. In food service, hazard reporting includes potential food safety issue, example, fast sightening, and equipment malfunction and sign of contamination. And how they ensure both legal compliance and safety excellence. It adhering to RA 11058. It avoids legal issues and penalties. Work hours and breaks. OJT student work hours and break compiled with the Labor Code of the Philippines and the DOLE guidelines. It assesses whether students adhere to legal work hours limit and receive adequate breaks. And why those items were included? Because the Labor Code set standard for work hours and rest period to protect employees' well-being. And how they relate to your major. As a FSM, it need to create a schedule that comply with labor law, ensuring OJT students get proper breaks and don't exceed the work hours limit. And how they ensure both legal compliance and safety excellence. Adhering to labor code, it avoided legal penalties and ensured ethical business practices.
Including the workplace environment in your compliance checklist ensures that your establishment meets legal safety and operational standards that protect both employees and customers, especially in food service management. We're responsible not only for serving safe and quality food but also for managing the overall operations, including your team and workplace condition. Workplace environment directly affects employees' performance. That's why if we want a better service from our employees, ensure that the workplace environment are clean and safe, and also to avoid penalties, violations, accidents, or food contaminations, all of which can harm your business reputation. Ensure that you follow the RA 11058 under Section 4. And last, including training and orientation in your compliance checklist is vital because it promotes employees' competence and professionalism, because of course we don't want our employees to be unprofessional, right? And it also strengthens food safety and quality assurance when our employees are properly trained and oriented. Ensure compliance with national labor and health regulations, which build a foundation for service excellence in food and service management.